Well, we travelled up to Gunnedah last month to observe some scientists winding up a study into the koala population up there. Covering environment and climate, you often come across sad stories. This might be one of the sadder ones that we've covered, I think. Gunnedah is a town known as the koala capital. It calls itself the koala capital of the world. And it named itself that because in the 90s, when koala populations across the east coast started collapsing, some scientists noticed that the koala population around Gunnedah was thriving. And that surprised them because Gunnedah has the same, circumstances a lot of other areas does. There's mining out there, there's agriculture, a lot of land clearing, but the population was doing really well. So over the years, scientists from the University of Sydney have been going up there to study this thriving population. And we went there last month because that study has ended, and it's ended in the worst possible circumstances. They've decided to end the study because the population is now functionally extinct. All the animals that are in the study are old and infertile. There's no joeys, there's no recruits coming through. So we were up there to watch the scientists end their study, to capture the last koalas that were in it, to run their final tests, and then to remove their radio tracking collars and release them back into the wild. But really the story was about what happened to this population. And it's a mixture of a few things. Obviously the research is still going on, but it's a mixture of a few things, it seems. 2009, for example, they discovered that in one particular heat wave, 25% of the animals that they had in the study just died. And then during the following decade, 2010s, the drought continued, and they discovered that most of the animals in the study were malnourished. Drought reduces the nutrient levels in the trees, in the feed, and then the chlamydia struck. The scientists that we've spoken to think that probably because the population was under stress, the impact of chlamydia, which has hit koala populations up and down the coast, it was probably worse. It probably became more pronounced. While we were there, they came across one animal which had been the last in the study, I think, to have joeys. They'd seen it have 2 joeys, and they captured it and did tests and discovered that it was now infertile and had chlamydia. So look, it was a really sad story to cover, but the research that has been done there is really impressive, and the scientists hope that they can take that research and apply it in the fight against chlamydia in other populations, particularly around Sydney.